ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। Today we are beginning the auspicious study of Sri Rudram, and which is the most important text on Rudra, an aspect of Shiva Parameshwara. And it is also a very important part in the life of a Vaidika. No, they chant it every day, and it is also chanted during the Abhishekam, Shiva Abhishekam in all the temples, and we have definitely heard it, many times in ashrams and temples. Now, the Sri Rudram is a Vedic text, and it is found in the Samhita portion of the Shukla Yajurveda. Krishna Yajurveda also, they say. Now, what is the Samhita portion, if you ask? See, the Vedas, we all know, are 4 in number. Rig, Yajur, Sama, Atharvana Vedas. And they are further divided into 4 bhagas. The Samhita portion is a collection of all the mantras and the suktams which praise the divinities. So the divinities in the Vedas were always the personified forces of nature, Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Aditya, etc. And then the Brahmana portion of the Vedas are all about applying those mantras, utilizing them in rituals, rituals for desired ends. That is the Brahmana portion. Then the Aranya means forest. So Aranyaka portion of the Vedas is all about meditations, upasanas, where not only is a Vedic ritual happening, but also there will be a invocation of a divinity, like Virat Upasana, Agni Upasana, those upasanas are also done. Then the last section, we are all familiar with that, that is the Upanishad. So Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyaka and Upanishad section. Upanishad section, as you all know, is the end portion of the Vedas, and that is also called the Jnana Kanda, and addressing the Paramapurushartha, that is moksha, and which reveals the Jiva Ishvara Aikya Jnanam. So the first 3 portions are collectively called the Karma Kanda. And in the Karma Kanda, in the Samhita portion of the Krishna Yajurveda is Sri Rudram to be found. Okay. Now, Sri Rudram, as you know, is called with several other names also. Shatarudriyam is one nama. Then it's called Rudra Prashnaha. Then Rudra Adhyayaha. and Rudropanishad also. And then in south of Bharat, it is simply called Namakam. We will see why, Namakam. Okay. Now, this name Shatarudriyam has come in the Kaivalya Upanishad. If you remember, towards the end, the 25th mantra, the last but one mantra in the Kaivalya Upanishad, the Shruti says that Yaha Shatarudriyam adhiyate saha agniputo bhavati. Suran, patat puto bhavati. Krityat puto bhavati. Brahmahatyat puto bhavati. Like that. So at the end of the Kaivalya Upanishad, which, we saw is the Samvada between the Guru, Brahmadev, and the Shishya, Ashvalayana. At the end, the Shruti gave an upaya. Upaya means a method. If you are not able to assimilate the vision of Vedanta, not able to understand and gain self-knowledge, so may the mumukshu recite or study or listen to the Shatarudriyam, the Sri Rudram. And that will give the Adhikaritvam and the Shuddha Manas or the Samskrita Manas for gaining the vision of the Vedanta. So Sri Rudram is also called Rudropanishad. Even though it is found in the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas, it is like an Upanishad. Yeah. And that mantra also says that it is a very powerful atonement karma. Atonement karmas is like a prayaschittam. Yeah. So even if somebody has hurt a brahmana, or has drunk alcohol, or has done some forbidden action, this Sri Rudram has the power to, neutralize that papa karma phalam, says that mantra number 25 in the Kaivalya Upanishad. Okay. Now, this Sri Rudram is also called as Namakam. Yeah. Namakam because the Lord Ishvara is praised with a number of namas. 1008 namas for Ishvara are present in the Rudram in 11 Anuvakas sections, and each nama is preceded by a Namaha. Now, in the Vishnu Sahasranama, which was given by Bhishmacharya to Yudhishthira, in the Mahabharatam Itihasa, we saw 1000 namas of Mahavishnu, but they were all in nominative. Yeah, Vishnu, then Vishwasmai, like that. But here, Namaha is an indeclinable. You all Sanskrit students know that, and it takes the Chaturthi Vibhakti. So there is a Namaha Sarveshwaraya, Namaha Vishveshwaraya, and Namaha Kalakni Kalaya, like that, Chaturthi it will take. So we find that the entire Rudram says that everything is Ishvara. So it praises the Lord as Vishveshwara or Sarveshwara. Who is Sarveshwara? Sarvasya Ishaha. Vishwasya Ishaha, the Lord of the entire world. So, if we think Rudra is only that intense aspect, which withdraws the worlds, that's a very limited understanding. But Rudra or Ishvara is the healer, the protector, the sustainer, and is present in every aspect of existence, all forms of life. So this Sri Rudram is going to describe and praise the glory of that Lord in the form of forests, villages, kings, and rivers, animate, inanimate, and everything. In fact, even thieves. Thieves are praised because they are also a manifestation with the core content of Ishvaraha. So the one who governs all aspects of creation. So within the Jiva, it is the Ishvara, which pervades this body, mind, sense complex. It is the Antaryami, it is the Pratyagatma, and in the Pancha Bhautikam multiverse or the Jagat, it is everything. So these 1000 namas of Rudra or Shiva Parmeshwara covers the whole nature, and one of the nama is the famous Panchakshari mantra Namah Shivaya. That also comes in the Rudra. So So you see, unto that Rudra is, we are offering the namaskarams, namaha. That is the whole idea here. Now, the word namaha, it's, I think, Puja Swamiji's favorite word. So often the talks by Swamiji will be just given this title, namaha. And Swamiji would talk for hours, 3 hours, 4 hours on namaha. So namaha means salutation. Namaha means I take refuge. Namaha is the Sharanagati Tattvam. Yeah. So Namah Shivaya, I take refuge in Shiva Parameshwara. So this Namaha is very important. In Vedanta, we say Na me iti Namaha, Na mama iti Namaha. This does not belong to me, and this is not me. I offer it unto you. It is you, O Lord. That is the meaning of Namaha. So we see that when I can say namaha to everything in life, any situation I'm in, instead of feeling stuck in a painful situation, I say namaha. In a relationship, namaha. Yeah. Whatever I receive in life, namaha. Whatever I don't receive in life, namaha. So it is a kind of a prasada buddhi also is involved in namaha. So the more I understand Sri Rudram, the more I'm able to appreciate Ishvara. Now, Puja Swamiji has often said prayerful living is intelligent living. Yeah. So, which means why should I do Namaha? Because as a human jiva, my knowledge is limited, my skill is limited, my talent, resources, wealth, anyway limited. Yeah. So, whatever goals I have, short term, long term goals, ambitions I have, then I seek the grace and support of the Lord to fulfill them. But what do I find? What I pursue and what I want, I don't always get. And what I get, I don't want it anymore. Yeah. So this namaha is a way to acknowledge, Ishvara's presence in one's life. And the more I understand Sri Rudram, the more I'm able to appreciate Ishvara in every aspect of my life. So what happens as a result? I don't feel isolated, insignificant, part of life. So in Swamiji's words, this is how we Ishvarize the whole of the life, by this small, significant word called Namaha. So there is no other way. Now, the word Rudra. The word Rudra has many meanings. And the first meaning that would come to our mind is Rodayati Sarvan iti Rudra. So Rudra is the one who makes one cry, makes one cry. Yeah. Like, we all went through this very intense period, COVID. Now, COVID was a time period when people lost their jobs. We were confined at home. And it was a very unpredictable, uncertain, scary period also. So they say that is a manifestation of Rudra at the cosmic level. Then what about the wars happening today? Wars for power, religious wars, again, manifestation of Rudra. But at the personal level also, we experience the Rudra impact. When there is a terminal illness, some life-threatening situation, bankruptcy happens, I'm fired, or there is a loss of a relationship or wealth. Any such situation, I think it happens to everyone. Everyone goes through a fair share of happy moments. That is the punyam, favorable and intense dark moments of despair. So that is what Rudra does at an individual level, at a group level, national, cosmic level. Rodayati Sarvan. But another meaning is Dravayati Sarvan. Dravayati means the one who melts away the pain, who takes away the pain. That is also Rudra. Now, when we go through life, I'm sure all of us have at some point or the other raised these questions, why should I suffer? Why me? No, because we cannot see the connection. Why should I go through the situation? Why do I feel stuck? Despite all my efforts, I have not gained what I wanted to do. Then, when we look around in the world, we think that if Bhagavan is so gracious, so compassionate, so all merciful, then why is there evil in the world? Why is there suffering in the world? Wars are there. Why are good natured people suffering and the affluent offenders are getting away with everything? We have all asked these questions before, I'm sure. Yeah. And why is there inequality? You know, when I first went to Germany and I returned, I was shocked. This is the first question which came to my mind. Why is our country so dirty and suffering and there is so much poverty and the West is so affluent? What is the reason? This questioning that comes to our mind is called jignasa. So Puja Swamiji would say we should always have jignasa, an inquiring mind. Knock and the door will open. Ask and you will get answers from the universe. So the very person who does this kind of pariksha lokan, karmachitan, Mundaka Upanishad, begins to ask these questions. What happens to that student? Begins to discover that there is a higher power, there is an intelligence, there is an order which governs everything, the whole of life, which includes my, individual life also. Yeah. So that student of Vedanta begins to discover what? Discover the answers to these questions. Yeah. Answers to the questions and understands that this order of Ishvara that we call the intelligence, this governs the whole empirical plane. What is the empirical plane? The transactional reality, or we can say it is the plane at the level of my body and mind. That is the Vyavaharika Satyam level or the empirical level. And so this order that governs this empirical plane, it will be filled with the pairs of opposites. The dvandvas will be there. Success, failure, gain, loss, heat, cold, separation, union, life, death. In fact, this empirical plane is what Sri Krishna shows to Arjuna as the Vishwarupa Darshan. Yeah. Shows all the past, present, and future, the outcome of the war, everything is shown to Arjuna in an instant. So now we begin to understand that there is the power and intelligence and order that governs this empirical plane. And that is the power which connects what? Karma and karma phalam. Right? So I have the capacity only to initiate action. Karmani eva adhikarate, Gita has said. But you are not a karma phala hetu. You cannot determine the results. So now I begin to understand that there is some principle, the order of Ishvara, which is connecting the karta and the bhokta. Yeah, karta eva bhokta, right? So I can only initiate actions and I can have certain expectations and but no demands, and I can hope that they will be fulfilled. Yeah, but because there are so many hidden variables, no, then I think what? Oh, the planets are all conspiring against me. Rahu is on my way. I go to an astrologer. He will say, "Oh, you are going through Sadhe Sati, Shani. Shani is blocking your, goals." Yeah, and so these hidden variables are the karmic causes which are, as though creating the obstacles to the pursuit. Okay. So then now we begin to understand that, Ishvara is not creating suffering or despair or sadness or grief or all these tragedies. Then who is doing all this? The mind, in other words, ahameva karta. I have certain expectations and I have insecurities, and then there is a raga dvesha driven activities, and then there are demands, and when they are not fulfilled, then I am bound by that net of karma. So Ishvara is involved. Ishvara is involved as the law of karma. Ishvara is the karma phala data. Who is the karma phala data? The principle that will connect a karma to the karma phalam. the cause to the effect. But because I'm not able to see, what is the cause? What was the cause so that I'm experiencing a certain karma phalam today? I'm not able to see that. My vision, understanding is limited to just this birth. So what do I conclude? Bhagavan is unfair. He doesn't like me despite all the pujas and ashtotrams and kshetrams I've gone to. Still, I'm suffering. This is the conclusion, bhaktas will generally have. And so, but when we, see the questions like put by Nachiketa to Yama in Katha Upanishad, regarding the tattvam that he wants to know. What is that tattvam? That tattvam is beyond the empirical plane. That is called the Paramarthika Satyam. And so that Ishvara is Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Adharmat. So if I don't want, pain and suffering, then I should not want good things also. Right? So if I want only punyam, it is not possible in the empirical plane at the level of the body and mind. Papa, punyam will be there, dharma, adharma will be there, gain, loss will be there. The pairs of opposites are coexisting. Yeah. So, but when you transcend that empirical level to the Paramarthika level, then that is the Paramarthika Satyam. And we know from the Upanishads that that is where there is fulfillment, there is the peace, there is contentment, and that there is the Ananda that does not arrive and depart, that is not centered on an object or a situation or an event or a person. Yeah. So, and that is the Vastu, and that is my essence and reality. Okay. So, this Sri Rudram is expanding our understanding, just like Vishnu Sahasranama or Saundarya Lahari, to visualize that all that is here is Ishvara. Yeah. The good, the bad, the ugly, the past, present, future, it is all within the order of Ishvara. Yeah. So, what will that do to me? This kind of understanding and appreciation, I will be able to understand that I am creating or causing my own sorrow. Yeah. My own sorrow through my expectations, through my mind, I have resistance and I have demands and I am caught in this net of karma. So when I do this Namaha, 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 I understand Sri Rudram and I recite it and study it, then I am offering my insecurities and my expectations, my attachments, and saying Namaha. Yeah. So I get relieved from the anxiety buildup, the insecurity buildup. And then I gain what? I gain the grace and support of Ishvara, and I have courage and trust. And I can totally relax in the lap of Jagatav Pitarao, Parvati Parameshwarao. Like a child is relaxed in the arms of the parent. So that is why we need to surrender. And that's the meaning of Namaha, which will, make me relax. And I'm able to let go of all these expectations. Yeah. So that is why it is said that when there is less of me, there is more of Ishvara. Yeah. Less of I, there is more of Ishvara. So now we are going to understand the Sri Rudram Anuvaka by Anuvaka. So Sri Rudram this is the reason why it is called Namakam, because in the 1,000 namas for Ishvara, and there are 300 plus Namo Namaha, no, it is offered. Then this Sri Rudram is divided into 11 Anuvakas. Anuvaka means a section. So every section we are going to see a number of mantras, 15, 20, 25, like that. And each of those mantras are set to different meters, and the seers, the rishis are different. And there is a imagery also. There is a dhyanam and there is a devata also. Yeah. So it's a very powerful punya karma, Sri Rudram, to study it or to chant it. And it is very powerful prayashchittam. It is prayashchittam, and it brings about, a change in the mindset. So I'm able to appreciate that all that is here is indeed Ishvara. That is going to be the reason. Now remember that story in Itihasa Mahabharatam when Ashwathama releases the Narayana Astram. Yeah. So the Narayana Astram is coming as an explosion. It's like a Rudra, Rudra force of Rudra towards the Pandavas. No. Then what can they do? Which Astra can match that? No Astra. In fact, Narayana is right there. It's coming towards Narayana himself. So then Krishna says, we have to only do Namaha. Yeah. So everybody bows down and does a Namaskara, and the Narayana Astra comes close and hovers about and returns. No? So that is the, somewhat the result of chanting the Sri Rudram. That is, the Sri Rudram helps one to achieve that state of surrender. No? And in that surrender, Sharanagati Tattvam, there is the protection of Ishvara. So Ishvara becomes no more the chastiser, the punisher, the badakaha, but Ishvara becomes the rakshakaha. No? Often all our gods and goddesses, they have a lot of ayudham, weapons. No? But the weapons can be used to punish and the weapons can be used to protect also. Sri Rama's, Kodanda weapon destroyed demons like Tataka and all these, but protected Vishwamitra, the sages in the forest. No? So like that, Sri Rudram is a prayer that, oh Bhagavan, may that order bless me and may that order support me. I, seek your grace. Yeah, and hence I'm offering all this namaskaras unto you. Okay. So this is so as I said here, let's go to the Anuvaka. So Sri Rudram, I told you there are many names: Shatarudriyam, Namakam, Rudropanishad, Rudra Prashnaha, Rudra Adhyaya. All these names are there, and it is found in the Samhita portion of the Shukla and Krishna Yajurveda both. And yeah, and it is an Upanishad because it is going to show that all that is here is me. First, I have to appreciate all that is here is Ishvara. And then that essence of every form of existence is my essence. So that reveals the immanent nature of Bhagavan and transcendent nature. These two words are important. Immanent means pervading everything. It is a tattvam. And transcendent means it is apart. It is a different order of reality. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachaham teshvavasthitaha Gita. Bhagavan says, I indeed am manifest as the entire creation, but I stand apart. Nothing can touch me. That is the Paramarthika Satyam. So that is Rudra Upanishad is going to give us that understanding also. And it is called Namakam because of the word Namaha, Namaha, Namaha. It comes a number of times. Okay. Now we will go to the actual Anuvaka. Now some of you I know already know the Rudram, so you can chant. But as I told you, there are these swaras in the Rudram. Okay. So you can refer to the PDF now. So we will begin Anuvaka 1. And Anuvaka 1 has the one line, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Can you repeat? Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Again, Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. This is not the first mantra, it is an invocation. Okay. So, what does this say? Om Namo, my salutation unto Rudra. So, Namaha. Namaha, we already explained that. Then Bhagavate. The Bhagavat Shabda, Bhagavati is the Chaturthi, fourth. Now, who is Bhagavan here? We have seen in Vishnu Sahasranama, Bhagaha Asya Asti Iti Bhagavan. So the one who has the sixfold glories is called Bhagavan. And the same sixfold glories are Aishwaryam, Yashas, Viryam, Shrihi, Jnanam, and Vairagyam. So the one who has this is infinite measure. Aishwaryam is power, overlordship, and Yashas is fame, Viryam is strength, Shrihi is wealth, resources, Jnanam, knowledge, and finally Vairagyam, dispassion. Now we also have all this, but we have in Alpamatram. But Bhagavan has infinite Bhagaha. So he is Bhagavan. So unto that Bhagavan, Bhagavate Namaha. And that such a Bhagavan is the Rudra, which I told you the meanings as per the root. So now this Om, Om, we have seen a couple of Upanishads, Kaivalya Upanishad. Om is Avati Rakshati iti Om. Om is that which protects. Avati means to protect, the one which protects and sustains, and it is often prefixed before any mantra. So the whole Rudram starts with Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Again, let's chant it a few times. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Om Bhagavate Rudraya. Now let us go to mantra 1. The next mantra. Now, this Rudram, it has the swaras. Swaras are intonations. Yeah. So, if one has to chant, one has to chant along with the swaras. Yeah. Then only there will be a proper effect. Like Udata is the flat swara, no swara is called Udata. Anudata is when that syllable dips. Yeah. And Swarita is when there's a stroke on top. And Dirgha Swarita is double stroke when we drag a certain sound. But don't worry, we will find a way to for extra chanting. Okay. For now, those who know it may chant. Now in mantra 1, let us chant it 2 times. Namaste Rudramanyava. Namaste Rudramanyava. Namaste Rudramanyava. Namaste Rudramanyava. Utota Ishave Namaha. Utota Ishave Namaha. Utota Ishave Namaha. Utota Ishave Namaha. The whole line I will do. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane. Namaste Astu Dhanvane. Namaste Astu Dhanvane. Namaste Astu Dhanvane. Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. I'll do the whole mantra. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste astu dhanvane. Yeah. So this is the first mantra of the Sri Rudram. Yeah. Rudradhyayi. And here there is a visualization. So the dhyanam for this mantra is, may one meditate upon Shiva Parameshwara, who has a radiant arrow. Yeah, who is a young archer. Archer means the one who is going to shoot arrows. He has arrows in a shining bow. He's a beautiful form, and he's like a very young warrior. This is the image of Rudra for the first mantra. Then let us look at the words Namaha Te He Rudra. Sambodhana is Rudra. He Rudra, Namaha Te. Unto you, Te is Tava. Unto you, He Rudra, my namaskaras. Then Manyava Uta Te Ishave Namaha. Now Manyava is actually here Manyave. Manyu means anger. Anger. Yeah. Manyu means anger. So here the Bhakta says, Namaskaram unto you, He Rudra, Namaskaram unto your Manyu, your anger. Yeah. And then Te Ishave Namaha. Ishu is arrow. Yeah? So all Chaturthis, can you see? Because of Namaha. So unto your arrow, which you're having ready, strung in the bow and about to shoot. Also Namaskarams. No? Then the second line says, Namaha Te Astu. Astu means may there be Namaskaras to whom now? Dhanu. Dhanvane. Dhanvane means to the bow. Yeah, to your bow also. And then what else? Bahubhyam. So remember, Shiva Parameshwara visualized as a young archer. He's holding the bow, shining bow, and with the arrow also ready to shoot. And so unto your strong arms, Bahubhyam Namaha, Ishave Namaha, Manyave Namaha, and Te Namaha. So, oh Lord Rudra, salutations to you again and again. So, you see here how, because of our own insecurity, because of our expectation, oh, something is going to happen. May this not happen to me or my family. Or may this happen, something good may happen to me and my family. So that fear is always there in everybody's heart because we don't know what's going to happen. So here it is as though Bhagavan is angry with us. Yeah. And these arrows are symbolizing the karma phalam. So the arrows are symbolic of the karma phalams which are going to hit me. And Shiva Parameshwara is going to shoot those arrows and I'm going to suffer some undesirable consequences. So the very first mantra says, Hey Rudra, you don't be a Badaka, don't punish me. You become a Saumya Murti. You bless me. May your Ayudham, your weapons, may not be used to punish, but to protect me. Be a Rakshaka. So the first Anuvaka, the whole Anuvaka, we have only seen the first mantra, is a prayer by the Bhakta to Shiva to bless. Please do not harm me in any way. Yeah. So I offer my salutations, So that's why, they say that the shape of any result, any result, karma phalam I get, it is shaped by the hands of Ishvara. How? Ishvara has karma phala data. The law of karma, which is set by Ishvara, is going to shape the result, taking into account my past prarabdha, the group karma I am in right now, what is my shraddha, how much effort I have put in. So it is all shaped by the hands of Ishvara as karma phala data, and it is going to come towards me. So Bahubhyam Namah. So my namaskarams unto your hands, which are shaping the results, but I am not able to handle the results. Yeah, I'm afraid. There is fear in my heart. And so I'm doing namaskarams. I'm surrendering unto you. And so you please protect me. And do not make me suffer. So you see how in Vedanta, what did we see? Avidya, Kama, Karma cycle. Yeah, how I'm out of self-ignorance initiating action karma, and then karma will be avashyam bhavi, give karma phalam, and karta eva bhokta. I'm bound. But this is one step before. Before that understanding, I'm caught in the net of desires and karma. So I'm praying for the prasada buddhi. And also what Swamiji would say, Puja Swamiji, never underestimate the power of prayer. Prayer is a punya karma which can rearrange those hidden variables standing as blocking things in our account, karma account, and can rearrange it to give a different result. Except when a karma is so prabalam, so strong, that no amount of prayer can perhaps help that. 5% will be there. That's why when a person is very seriously ill or, some serious karma phalam is experiencing, the relatives and the family members are asked to chant Sri Rudram because it will create antibodies. It will create punya factors which can neutralize the intense papa karma phalam which is going to come. That is the power of prayer. Yeah. So that is the first mantra. Let's chant it again. Om Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Om Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha. Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaha.
Namaste Astu Dhanvane
Bahubhyamutate Namaha. So because see karma phalam is avashyam bhavi. So I have to go through that experience. Karta eva bhokta, that is why we have taken birth. This body is a karma phalam and the body has to undergo certain set of experiences which have already begun to fructify prap arabdaha at the time of birth. But by winning the grace and support of Ishvara, I'm trying to reduce the impact of the karma phala and by my surrender. That's the whole idea of Sri Rudra. Let's go to the second mantra now. Yeah, 2 lines. Yata ishu shivatama. Yata ishu shivatama. Shivam babhuva te dhanuhu.
Shivam
Babhuva te dhanuhu. Yata ishu shivatama. Shivam babhuva te dhanuhu.
Yata ishu shivatama. Shivam bhavate dhanuhu.
Yata ishu shivatama shivam babhuvate dhanuhu shiva sharabhya yatavatayano rudramridaya. You need not recite. Now here, the prayer continues, the prayer of the bhakta who says, Ya te ishuhu shivatama shivam babhuva te or tava dhanuhu. Shiva Sharavya Ya Tava Taya Naha He Rudra Mridaya. Again, the Sambodhana here is He Rudra. Oh Rudra. Now, with the prayers, what has happened? Everything has quietened down. Yeah. See, Rudra also means a burst, an explosion. Yeah. Very fierce and intense energy, like a volcanic eruption, or a cloud burst. That is what we understand as Rudra. But now, because of the prayers, that Rudra has become Shivam. That's the whole gist of this mantra. Now, Shivam and Shambhu, we have seen the meanings is Sham Karoti iti Shankaraha. Sham means auspicious, Saumya Murti, and not this Ghora Murti. So that is what this mantra says. Ya Ishuhu, that arrow of yours. Ya Tava Ishuhu Shivatama. Shivam Babhuva. Babhuva means became. So the Dhanuhu, the Ishuhu, the bow, the arrow, And Sharaha, what is Sharaha? The quiver, in which you store the arrows. Yeah, that's part of the weaponry, right? So all of them will become what? Shivam. Shivam means they have quietened down. Hmm? And so once they are quietened down, Taya, with a quietened bow, arrow, and quiver, Naha, for us, you, O Rudra, Mridaya. Mridaya means make us happy. Make us happy. Show us your Saumya Murti. So that arrow, which was so frightening, has no force now because I have done my namaskaras. I am surrendered, and it is the Lord's duty to protect one who surrenders. We see that in the Ramayana also, no? Sharanagata Vatsala Sri Rama says, whoever surrenders to me, even he be from the enemy camp, like a Vibhishana, my duty is to give protection. So, surrender is all that Bhagavan is looking for when there is true surrender, not a passive surrender. Okay, I have to go through this karma phalam. Okay, what to do? Not like that. To really have that love and the receptivity and the prasada buddhi that, Bhagavan knows how to shape my life and is taking care of me. So that kind of Sharanagati Namaskaram is to have trust. No? So Sri Rudram is giving us the more and more trust in that order that governs everything. And the trust is so complete that I take refuge. Now there is strength. Now there is no anxiety and there is no pain and suffering also. Okay. So all the bow and the arrow and the quiver, they've all become what? Shivam. Shivam means Shanta Rupam. They have become a blessing now and not threatening anymore. Okay. I will chant it one more time. यात इषु शिवतमा शिवं बभूवते धनुः शिवा शरव्या यातवतया नो रुद्रमृडय. Now let's go to the third mantra. You can repeat again twice. Yate Rudra Shiva.
Yate Rudra Shiva.
Yate Rudra Shiva.
Yate Rudra Shiva.
Tanura Ghora Papakashini.
Tanura Ghora
Papakashini. Tanura Ghora Papakashini. Tanura Ghora Papakashini. Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini.
Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini.
Tayanastanuva.
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 Shantamaya.
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 Girishantabhichakashihi.
Girishantabhichakashihi.
Girishantabhichakashihi. Girishantabhichakashihi. I will recite it once. Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini. Tayanastanuva Shantamaya Girishantabhichakashihi. Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini. Tayanastanuva Shantamaya Girishantabhichakashihi. So again, the prayer of this bhakta is addressed to Rudra. Hey Rudra, Yate Shiva Tanuhu. Tanu means body. Now everything has quietened down, is very calm. Ya Shiva Tanuhu. And also, the form which is now Aghora. Aghora means non-frightening, non-threatening. And that arrow which we were about to shoot, that is now put back in the quiver, and you have appeared as a Saumya Murti. So your Tanu is Aghora, non-threatening, and you who are Apapakashini. Hmm? Apapakashini. So Papa means Papa, Papam, right? And Kashi, Kash means to shine. So your form is that radiant Atma Brahma, which can never be touched by Papa or Punyam. So you are Apapa Kashini. Hey Rudra, and now your body is Shiva, Tanu is Shiva. And then there is another Sambodhana, Girisha. Now, Girisha can be taken as, Shiva of the Himalayas, but here the meaning of Giri we will take as the Vedas. So the Vedas Giri is, the Vedas are, Girishanta means Shiva Parameshwara is the very source of the Vedas, is the topic of the Vedas, is the content of the Vedas. So, O Lord, you who remain in the Vedas, Girishanta, O Girishanta, hey Rudra, now your body is Aghora and it is radiant, Apapakashini, and which is Shantamaya. Shantamaya again is Shanta Swarupa. Shanta Swarupa. And so what? Taya, by all this, by everything that is quietened down, which is like, blessing us all, Abhichakashihi. Abhichakashihi means now you show us the truth. You reveal, you give me knowledge, give me freedom. Abhichakashihi. The Bhakta is commanding the Lord. First says, don't be upset, don't be angry, put back your arrows, let them quieten down. And now that you have assumed a Saumya Rupa, now you please bless me with the knowledge, bless me with peace and happiness. Happiness in the form of freedom. Yeah. So, see, it looks like, Bhagavan appears like a punisher. But who really punishes? I am punishing myself, is it not? I am punishing myself means I am creating the net of karma in which I am only getting caught, like the silk cocoon. In Viveka Chudamani, Shankaracharya says the silk cocoon will wrap these silken threads, not knowing that it will be burnt and come to an end. So the jiva is as though punishing himself, but because it is coming from that law of karma, connecting karma and karma phalam, God is seen as a chastiser, as a punisher. No? So now here the bhakta is praying that Lord, you don't come before me like a punisher, like a badaka, ghora rupa, you become aghora, one will only who will protect me. So this way what I do, I am bonding with Ishvara, and there's a relationship of trust. Yeah, the trust, and the Lord is asked to give me happiness and freedom. Abhichakashihi. Yeah. Ya te rudra shiva tanura ghora papakashini tayanastanu shantamaya girishantabhichakashihi. So you are that blessing. Okay. Now let's go to the fourth mantra. There are also, by the way, Phalashrutis for each of these mantras, which I will mention in the next session. And okay, now let's go to the fourth mantra. Here, Yamishum Girishanta.
Yamishum
Girishanta. Yamishum Girishanta.
Yamishum Girishanta.
Haste bibharsyastave.
Haste
Bibharsyastave. Yamishum Girishanta haste bibharsyastave. Yamishum Girishanta haste bibharsyastave. Shivangiritratam. Shivangiritratam. Guru mahi gumsi purushan jagat. Sim Purushan Jagat. I will chant. Yamishum Girishantahaste Bibharshastave Shivangiritratam Kurumahi Gumsiv Purushan Jagat. So here it is mentioned that the fourth and the fifth mantra, the result for chanting is one will avoid the akala mrityu, untimely death by accident, or that has got the power. But of course, for that one has to chant this mantra a number of times, 21 days, and facing certain direction and so on. So what does the bhakta say here? Oh Lord, here the Lord is addressed as Giritra. You know that tra at the end of the word means trayate, protects. Yeah. And Giri, same meaning. Oh Lord, you who are in the words of the Vedas, you who are the content of the Vedas, Trahimam, you protect. Hey Giritra. Yam Ishum Girishanta Haste Bibharshi Astave. So that issue, the arrow that you're holding in your hand, ready to target me. So, haste in the hand, bibarshi is to hold. You're holding the arrow. And for what purpose? Astave. As dhatu means to throw. Yeah. So that arrow which you're keeping ready in the bow to target me, the karma phalam arrow, shivam, tam kuru, tam shivam kuru. You make it Shantam. Yeah, you make it Shantam, and you please protect us all. Then Ma, is the indeclinable. Ma has several meanings, no? Ma means Mahalakshmi, Ma means me, Ma means not, Ma means many things. But here it means do not. Ma higumsi purushan jagat. So may nobody come to harm. May the whole jagat be protected by you, and may there be no himsa, as though God can do himsa. So here we have to understand, the main thing to be understood here is that Ishvara, or the God, of the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas is who? Karma Phaladata. Then who is the God of the Jnana Kanda portion of the Vedas? Atma Brahma. So there is a difference, right? So this, in the Karma Kanda portion, we are struggling with karmas, desires, our fears, insecurities, expectations, yeah? And then that is why the whole teaching of the Gita, Karma Yoga, Upasanas, we study the mind, and slowly we are coming out of this labyrinth, the maze of desires. First, we have to reduce the desires and then find out why I am desiring. Right? Then that person is ready for Jnana Kanda. And then you find out that your nature is desirelessness. And that is the Atma Tattva. Yeah? Akarta abhokta sada santushtaha atma. But we are doing the pre-stage right now. How I can pray to come to that stage of desirelessness. So I'm praying to Bhagavan that you please do not release that arrow, and I have no doubt initiated karmas, but now let the karma phalam come as a blessing only, and let me have that prasada buddhi. So, hey Giritra, Shivam tam kuru ma higumsi purushan jagat. Yamishum girishantahaste bibharshastave Shivangiritratam kuru ma higumsi purushan jagat. Even in the Katha Upanishad, we saw that how Yama is explaining to Nachiketa that Ishvara is as though a symbol of terror. Bhayat tapati suryaha, bhayat tapati agnihi, indrascha vayuscha, mrityur dhavati panchama. Yamadeva is hurrying about doing his job, of taking out the prana. Yeah. And the sun has no choice but to rise and set. And Agni has to burn. And Vayu has to blow. And Indra has to create all these thunderstorms and govern the Swargaloka. And Bhaya, as though they are fearing some command. But really, Ishvara is, is pure love. So who is the terror then? The terror means there is an order. Order means the body is subject to a physical order. The mind is subject to an emotional order. There is a geographical order. There is an order of karma. So that means order means law. There's a law of gravity. If I throw something up, then it has to obey the law of gravity. It will come down. Yeah. So if I initiate a karma, harmful karma, maybe the criminals will escape the Supreme Court and High Court, but not in the karma will rebound, be punished by. So Bhagavan is not the punisher, but Bhagavan as a law, as the karma phala data appears to punish. And hence what bhayat, because of the fear, one has to follow dharma. Yeah, dharma. And that is the idea here until, this mumukshu or the jignasu comes to the jnana kanda. And then, one like Nachiketa desires to go beyond even dharma, anyatra dharma, anyatra adharma. And that is, of course, the Vedanta section. So let us do just one more and then we will conclude. The fifth mantra. Shive navachasa.
शिवेन
Navachasa. Vagirishacha vadamasi.
वागीशाक्षा वदामसि
Shive navachasa tvagirishacha vadamasi.
शिवेन वचसा
त्वागिरिशाचा वदामसि यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत् यथा नः सर्वमिज्जगदयक्ष्मगुं सुमना असत्. Long words there. So here in mantra 5 again it is addressed to Girisha. Girisha means the Lord of the Vedas. Giri is also the sannyasi's, name for certain sampradayas. Giri Maharaj we say, Giri is mountain, Giri is Vedas. So, hey Girisha, Lord of the Vedas, Shivena Vachasa Tva Girisha Acha Vadamasi. This Acha is a Sanskrit word. Acha means Swacha, pure. And of course, it is borrowed into Hindi language. Acha means okay. Yeah. But Acha is a Sanskrit word, indeclinable, which means pure, Shuddha, Swach. So, Acha Vadamasi. Oh Lord of the Vedas, hey Girisha, Vadamasi, we pray to you with Acha words, with pure, auspicious words, Vachasa. Acha Vachasa Vadamasi, hey Girisha, Shivena. Shivena means auspicious, by the auspicious words. Shivena Vachasa Tva, you, O Girisha, Acha, pure, Vadamasi, we pray. Yatha Naha Sarvam It Jagat Ayakshmam Sumana Asat. Okay, Asat, we can use the word Syat for it. Yeah? So the second line says that we pray to you in such a way that may you naha for us. Yeah, may you create what a jagat which is ayakshmam, free from affliction, free from disease. Ayakshmam, nirmayaha, correct. A world that is free of disease and what else? Sumana. May we all become sumanas. That is with pleasant, contented, peaceful minds, joyful minds. This is the prayer here that, oh Lord, I'm praising you. Acha Shivena Vachasa Vadamasi. Hey Girisha, you are almighty. And you please neutralize my Papa Karma Phalam, not only mine, but for the whole world, for all of us. And you bless us, with that true happiness. Yeah, yatha asat tatha stumaha. Asat is a Vedic usage, and we'll use a usage that we're more familiar with, Syat. So may the entire Jagat be free from suffering and free from afflictions, free from disease. What a beautiful mantra, no? It's a mantra like our Swasti mantras for universal welfare and happiness. Let the whole world be happy. You know? So, we see that, these prayers are often addressed because we are all in this body. Yeah. As long as we are identified with the body and mind, we have to go through the three tapas. Adhyatmika, suffering, centered on the body mind. Adi Bhautika, our surroundings. What if something happens? A wild elephant comes, or not likely to happen, but some for accidents. Accidents can happen, thunderstorms, then Adi Daivika, suddenly from my past karma or divine intervention, suddenly I get the news, something happens. So that, please with these words, we are praying to you. You please reduce and make us free from disease. And that's why Akala Mrityu, may it not be there. May there be a life of fulfillment and a life which is peaceful. And that is a beautiful mantra here. So you see now, the more I understand the Rudra, Sri Rudram, the more I appreciate what Sarvatma Bhava. That is all that is here is Ishvara. So there are no categories or judgments. This is good for me. This is not good for me. Yeah, this is good. This is evil. All those notions will go away. Yeah. And so I will slowly gain what? The vision of oneness. Sarvatma Bhava. So the Sri Rudram helps one to surrender to Ishvara and to understand that I cannot blame anyone for the state I am in. If at all, I have to blame myself. I am the problem, I am the solution. Yeah. So, but whatever I'm experiencing, I am responsible for my actions. So the guilt, the insecurity, the conflict, all that, by your grace, may you soften them down. May you help me go through these intense, moments, so that what I discover that Ishvara is everything. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. First mantra of Isha Vasya Upanishad. No? Let me see you, your invisible hands shaping everything in life. That is what I want, your darshanam as Ishvara. It is said that, some bhaktas, very religious bhaktas, they will believe that Ishvara is infallible. Ishvara can never cause suffering, crisis, situation, tragedies. Infallible. And Puja Swamiji, what did Puja Swamiji do? He reversed the words. The infallible is Ishvara. Which means what? That which is Avashyam Bhavi, the order. Order is infallible, and that is Ishvara. But you cannot imagine an Ishvara as a being in some loka and who will, decide how to bless the people, Papa Punyam. So that idea goes away, So these texts helps us to discover more and more Ishvara through my personal situation and through the world. And then finally, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hriddeshe He Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna says in chapter 18, till I discover that all pervading Ishvara, which is in the form of this entire Jagat, is shining in my very heart. Okay. Oh. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण मही मनीषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्